Hey everyone. Right, so I've just finished dinner and I genuinely feel so content right now. You know those meals where you weren't planning anything big, but it just worked out perfectly? That was tonight. So a roast dinner for us normally means a proper roast dinner. So roast potatoes, lots of veg, gravy, even my homemade Yorkshire puddings, the whole thing. And usually I'd do a joint of beef or a whole chicken that I can cook in the slow cooker for a couple of hours. But tonight was a last minute craving for a proper roast dinner, and we didn't have time to sit around waiting for the meat to cook. So instead, I grabbed a steak. We just had one decent sized steak between the two of us because we're not massive eaters anyway. But it was so much easier than faffing around with a big roast. And I actually think it worked better. I just kept it really simple, just put some salt and pepper on it on both sides. I did throw some butter and a bit of garlic into the pan, but I forgot to record that bit. And then just covered it up with some foil and popped it into the oven like I would a joint of beef. And while that was in the oven, I had the roast potatoes in the oven. I always parboil them first as normal and then pop them into some hot oil from the oven. I wish you could have had the sizzle on those because it didn't look that impressive, but it actually sounded great. They also tasted so good as well. They came out proper crispy, like golden, crunchy roasties. And it's normally at this point of turning the potatoes over that I put the Yorkshire puddings in with the stuffing because, as we all know, you cannot open the oven once they're in. And then onto the mash. Now, does anybody have one of those potato rices and are they worth getting? I'm not sure whether they're just a bit long to use and I don't want the potatoes to go cold. And yep, obviously using the vegetable water for the gravy as normal. And then onto the cauliflower cheese. This again came out perfect. It was sizzling perfection. Although to be honest, I wouldn't accept anything less from Aldi. I'm just in love with their cauliflower cheese lately. But yeah, I think we get stuck on what a roast dinner is supposed to be. Like big cuts of meat, hours of cooking, loads of dishes. But this just felt right for today. It felt like we were treating ourselves to a nice big Sunday lunch and we were left completely satisfied. So yeah, a bit of a win tonight. I reckon this will be our new go-to thing when we fancy a beef roast dinner. But yeah, just using steak instead. Who says you can't bend the rules a little bit? Anyway, I hope you've all had a lovely day. Let me know what your go-to comfort dinner is and I'll catch you in the next one.